Welcome back. It's Thursday night. This is the band. Next up, more music for you. Please put your hands together for TV Smith.
This is how it starts up, the slap and cry. Slaps keep coming for the rest of your life, and you don't know who to question, and you don't know how to fight. Just hope that by the end it turns out alright. There's only one flavor, only one way to go. No opposition, only one view to hold. I weathered out those anxious years of boom and slump, in a tree and a tunnel and a tent and a truck by a garbage dump. My life was like a motorway, my wheels were square. Sometimes I wonder how I got anywhere. There's only one flavor, only one way to go. A single direction, only one face to show. Every crank poet genius, pressured off the devious, tied to the coattail, speeding down a monorail. Only one flavor, only one flavor. Woke up when I was driving, there was blood on my hands. Felt like a stranger in an over-familiar land, where they all fall to the center, but my eyes are full of stars. Sometimes I wonder how I ever got this far. There's only one flavor, only one way to go. No opposition, only one view to hold. A single direction, only one truth to know. Yeah, no, only one flavor, only one flavor.
I'm joined by TV Smith, everybody. Round of applause. Welcome.
Hi, Gareth. Nice to be here.
You formed a band called The Adverts in 1976, and you were part of that sort of, well, an integral part of that punk movement. What was it like?
It's a long time ago now, you know, and it's weird now, you know, playing gigs because a lot of people, you know, don't know anything about it. I mean, for a while I was used to everyone knowing about punk rock. You know, it was in all the papers and on the TV, so people knew about it. But now I've got a whole kind of people come to gigs and say, I'm sorry, I wasn't actually born in 77, so I'm sort of used to explaining it. And kind of the good thing about 77, the whole punk scene compared to now, was there was something happening, you know, which you don't really feel is going on in the music scene now. There were bands.
It was genuine then? The punk movement was genuine?
Yeah, I mean, it came from the bottom up. I mean, it was about people who wanted to be in bands and wanted to express themselves, and they had songs, and they wanted to find a way to put them across. And the scene was that the whole music kind of industry was full of bands who were kind of not anything to do with real life, you know, with real people. It'd been taken over by this massive sort of conglomerate music industry, you know, feeding these people with huge egos and...
So like now then, basically.
Well, yeah, basically. But the difference was that something bubbled up, you know, people said, we're not, you know, we don't want this, we want to do our little songs about real life and what we believe in.
The music had more feeling then? You think than it does now?
Well, music always has feeling, you know, that's what music is, but the music at the moment, you know, is being kind of buried under this whole mass of commercial nonsense, which means nothing. It's been buried by celebrity, basically.
Yeah.
So it's all about, nowadays, it's all about, are you famous? On the live scene, there's always good music and good people down there, but you don't see it up in the mainstream.
In 1979, you released Cast of Thousands. the album, and it got a bit of stick from critics.
Bit of stick. It was very.
I was being nice. but when you re-released it recently, I'm just reading a quote here. This is from Mojo magazine, which is a pretty reputable magazine, or supposedly. The long-lost punk album that rivals The Clash's London Calling, which is a hell of a review. Do you think...
It's a good job I started young, otherwise I'll be dead by the time that review came.
Do you think that it was before its time, the record? Or people just didn't listen to it?
Well, you know what,
well
I think
enough?
music is timeless, you know, and I think it doesn't, you know, you put out what is right for you at the time. That's the only thing that matters, that it's right for you. And sometimes it coincides with people getting it and sometimes it doesn't. And this was right after punk rock, and it was quite an experimental album for a bunch of kids, so and people didn't get it, you know, they didn't get it, and I'm really happy that more people get it now.
You do, you still do 200 shows a year, is that right?
No, 120 plus.
It's still pretty good though, isn't it? To be fair, because I was going to say, it's kind of worth it actually, yeah. I was going to say, I mean, that's a lot for a young band that are, you know, everything's new to them. Every new city, every new venue is an experience, so they're still buzzing off that. Mm-hmm. But for yourself, you've been doing it, you know, is it 40 years? Mm-hmm. Is there a point where you just think, I can't be arsed?
Well, I still get a buzz out of every gig.
You still get a buzz?
That's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't do it otherwise. I mean, the whole reason for doing it is, you know, the buzz of being able to do my songs in front of people who get it. Yeah. And, you know, to be honest, I've had a big period where no one cared. You know, when I was first slung out of the music business, kind of post adverts in the band. After that, I couldn't get a gig to save my life. Right. So, you know, when people started getting interested again, I'm there. You know, I'm playing every gig I can get. The industry is more obviously based on making money rather than making music. Yeah. You know, I think that's pretty clear. And it's got more money and more power, so it's hoodwinking a lot more kids into believing it is all about celebrity and fame and everything. You know, there's always been that element to rock and roll and music, but I think it's even stronger now, and it's very hard, you know, for people who come into this world, you know, and think that is all that music is. I think it's very hard for them to understand that there is kind of, it is actually a soul, you know, it's feeling. And I think for a lot of kids who, when they first hear a song that lights them up like that, it's an absolute bombshell, because they think it's just all this rubbish on who wants to be a celebrity and voice, and I don't know what they're all called.
They all understand, they all mould into one.
They mould into one, which is the point. Yeah. That, you know, the business is trying to mould it into one controllable, money-making industry. And of course that excludes any alternative voice, any real musicians who have something to say. Yeah. Are you the type of guy or girl who thinks, well, I have something to say, I want to write a poem, or I want to write a song or something? That is where it starts. Yeah. It doesn't start from thinking, well, I like the look of that life on the road, you know, with all the drugs and the groupies and the rock and roll. That's not where it starts. It starts with, are you inspired to do something?
I was talking to you earlier, saying about BBC 4 made a documentary, but you said they didn't make it, they aired it basically, but it was made by a fan of yours.
Well, they agreed to pay for it. And
it's a documentary, it's called We Who Wait, sorry. And if you go to YouTube, I watched it today, I hadn't seen it before, and I was saying to you, it's absolutely fantastic. It was really, really, really good.
It was like an epic story to get it aired, almost as much as it's, you know, been an epic struggle for me to get my music out there.
It was excellent to watch though, like I say, I watched it earlier, and I would urge you at home, again, We Who Wait, it's on YouTube, and it's definitely worth a watch.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Pleasure, Gareth.
Much appreciated. Next up, playing Not In My Name, please welcome back TV Smith.
Why should I have to show my ID? There's no consensus and I don't agree with what they're undertaking in my name. I'm appalled and I'm ashamed. Why should I have to show my ID to be enrolled in this community where all my role models are on the take and the real thing is a fake? my heroes died while they were still alive. Confused or compromised, their values undermined. They were led down to the hole where the blood money flows. Why should I have to show my ID? Someone somewhere's got a file on me. Someone somewhere's got a file on you. Anyone will do. The world's ruled by the elite, cheats and gangs of thieves whose lies and doubles speak spread faster than disease, and your pursuit of peace will mark you out a freak, a victim and a bore, while their portfolios soar and weapon sales will peak, aimed only at the weak, those already on their knees. It's arms for amputees, it's the bullet's exit hole where the blood money flows. Never again, not in my name. Never again, not in my name. Never again, not in my name. Bad guys come first, the third world first, starves or dies of AIDS in the modern day crusades. The Wild West will win, defeat the Indians, drive the devils to the door with the homeless and the poor. And when there's nothing left to bomb, no one left to beat, they'll train their crosswires on the unseen enemy, the ever-present threat that hasn't happened yet and probably never will. Still they move in for the kill, but the night sights won't show if you're friend or foe. Are you so much better than the junkies and Saddam? Are you guaranteed a place when they build the master race? Will the world then be pure? We've heard that one before, in history's deepest holes where the blood money flowed. Never again, not in my name. 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 Never again. Why should I have to show my